Maybe I should start selling t-shirts and hats. Hello. Hello, fans. My one fan. Do I have one fan? If I have one, that's all I need. One person. Because we could start from there. If what I say you believe in, you tell two friends, and two of those people believe in what you say and then believe in me. And next thing you know, we've got three people, and they'd tell two friends, and those other people tell two friends. If two of their friends tell two friends, now we've got six people. Now we've got a movement. Hey, man, I forgot about I had hats. I forgot about these hats. I gave them out as presents. I didn't really keep any, and I don't even know. These were just down in my basement. I thought I gave them all away. Fancy, right? Look, they match. Oh, you like that, right? Swag. See, unlike people that would sell stuff like this, I would give it away for nothing. Maybe that's my problem, right? I never learned how to market. I never learned how to sell things, right? Yeah, I only have one hat, but listen, I'm going to look in my closet. I still think I have a couple of vintage Suck My NASDAQ t-shirts. They're illegal in 47 states. I can't even say I own them right now. I'm not even joking. When I got sued by the NASDAQ, their lawyers wanted me to sign that I would never even wear the t-shirt on a video. I was like, that's a violation of my freedom of speech, right? They're like, all right. I was like, they never wanted me to use the phrase "suck my NASDAQ." I'm like, that's illegal, right? I was like, I don't need a lawyer for that, right? And that's the reason I hate Alex Ovechkin, right? So there I am handing over my website, Suck My NASDAQ, which did nothing. It was me, Solid Jello, and a couple of traders just hanging out. Website did absolutely nothing, made no money. We never even spoke about the NASDAQ. It was just the name, Lent. And the name, what was my story? Yeah, Suck My NASDAQ. There was a pitcher on the Yankees, Hideki Matsui. And the guy next to me kept screaming, "Suck my Hideki," because Hideki Matsui wasn't doing well. And I was like, that's pretty funny. Suck my Hideki. I get where you're going with that. And then I was like, and then I put two and two together. Suck My NASDAQ was born that day while this drunk guy was sitting next to me at Yankee Stadium. So then I launched all that bullshit. And so fast forward to when the NASDAQ couldn't find me because I was using a fake name with my old address. They sent all these cease and desist letters, but there was nobody to get the cease and desist letters, so I couldn't cease or desist. So they were pissed when they finally did find me. And there I am, we're on a conference call and I hear all their voices. One guy's trying to be friendly about it. Hey, so what do you think about, they're down in Washington. Hey, you're a hockey fan or whatever the Rangers were doing, whatever. The guy's like, hey, what do you think about this rookie Ovechkin? I'm like, I don't give a shit. Let's get this over with. You don't need to pretend to be friendly with me. It's okay. I don't like you. And now I hate whoever you're talking about. And I've hated Alex Ovechkin since that day. So that had to be basically when he was a rookie. So one more time, and if you're out there, Mr. Lawyer, fuck Alex Ovechkin and fuck you. You took my website away from me. We were doing nothing. We weren't defaming your name or confusing the public. Nobody was confused about NASDAQ.com and suckmynasdaq.com. Nobody was confused. But I get it. I probably shouldn't have used the same spelling. But Hit the Bid was born. This is the OG t-shirt, too. You can't find these either. So I'm going to make new Hit the Bid t-shirts, maybe a new logo, but I'm going to run for president. I'll make the new, don't be a dick, vote Glick 2028. I think I could probably win at this point. If I start campaigning now, raise, $400 billion. The only thing about running for president is that all this porn on my computers, and I used to run a website called lonelyhousewives.com. Yeah, that was me. So I got all this weird footage. Yeah, I've done some dastardly things on the internet. I'm sure there's naked pictures of me. I sold my pictures of my feet to a website in Belgium when I needed some money. True story. That'd probably come back to haunt me. I don't need all these skeletons coming out of my closet, if you know what I mean. But we're not here to talk about my feet or Belgium. We're here to talk about the Fed meeting that will mean nothing at all within 15 or 20 minutes from this moment. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the bull market's back. Bull market's back, whether you like it or not. We ran out of steam the other day. I came in looking to short yesterday, and it got to where I wanted, right? But then it rallied, faux show, bro. And then today or last night, I'm sitting there shorting cues in the aftermarket looking for revenge, and I almost got my freaking head caved in. On China? China news? China? We're negotiating with China? That actually makes the market do something now? That shit's so old now. It's like talking about tariffs. Who gives a shit about tariffs now? Right? We're done with that news. It's old. Let's get to the new news. Right? So anyway, the new news, right? So yesterday I'm shorting the market, and next thing you know, it's ripping. I have to cover. Thankfully I did. So today I'm thinking that was bullshit. I need some revenge. So I came in looking to short the cues, but man, that was the last trade. Today was one of the better trading days, and I was so damn focused. You know why I'm staying focused? Because I got this nudnik working for me now, Dave, right? See, Dave, if you're listening, right? You're not supposed to have to ask me anymore. It's been like a year now, Dave. We trade earnings reversals that break VWAP, that go past the prior day VWAP. It's the same trade, Dave, every day, over and over again. UPST, right? Oh my God. Flex, FLEX, right? TEM, ALAB, right? And if you missed the first move, what do I tell you? There's always another one. UPST came back, tested the VWAP, right? ALAB tested the VWAP twice, thrice. You got a chance to get back in. Just because your first trade of the day, like yesterday, doesn't work, and then you come in the next day, you're all nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. Dave, it's the same trade every day. What's going to happen? No one's coming to your house. Go on Twitter for 5 minutes. They'll give you something to be nervous about. I go on Twitter for 5 minutes. Every time I go onto Twitter, it's like they feed me fear. And what's my biggest fear? You know what my biggest fear is. We don't have to get into it right now. But according to the Twitter and again, my Twitter is different than my son's Twitter. He's like, I don't even ever see the same shit that you're looking at. I'm like, because they know what scares me. It's always the same shit. Don't leave your house. Don't the Arabs are coming to get me. There's a Palestinian march up my block. They're coming to burn my house down. Don't leave the house. If you leave the house, you better be weaponized. Seriously, I'm not even joking. 5 minutes on Twitter, I'm like, oh my God. The MS-13 guy's coming to get me. Everyone's coming to get me. And then nobody ever does. And by the way, I did some research about the whole. Remember that? Hey, I feel like what's that? What was that community? Hey, man. Hey, remember that whole news story about terrorists? Yeah. What was that? Norm Macdonald? He was hilarious. Remember when the Republicans, when Trump was running for president, they made it seem like the only murders going on in the country were done by the illegal immigrants, right? Because the one girl, and I'm pissed off still about it. Don't get me wrong, Lakin out in Georgia, especially because my daughter went there. But I did some research. Do you know 99.3% of murders in this country are done by U.S. citizens? I know, mind-blowing, right? Fucking mind-blowing. But according to the Twitter and the internet and TV, the only murders going on are by people who snuck into the country, and that's it. I've disproved that. Anyway, so interest rates are coming out, right? And nobody's going to care, right? The only thing that we care about, right, is how the knee-jerk reaction is, and the reaction afterwards, and then the reaction after that. What? You want this hat? $500 a hat now. So here's what's going to happen. The market already ran out of steam. Tariffs are already priced in. The QQQ has rallied from basically 400 to 490. And now we're having a little consolidation. Is that so wrong? Of course it's not wrong. The market's doing exactly what it should be doing. So if we sell off today, it's not because of what the Fed is saying. It's because this market's got a little air pocket underneath it, right? And if today's lows are breached and we breach yesterday's lows, that's also a double bottom break. And then we could give way, which is what the market, and I don't like the word should, but it should. It should go down. Because a healthy market rallies, consolidates, and then rallies again. We haven't had the consolidation stage after this monstrous move. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a bull market rally or a bear market bounce, none of that matters. The point is, you should be short right now going into the Fed meeting. No, you shouldn't be. But there's more reasons to be looking for shorts now. And I'm talking about the QQQ specifically. Because every trade I did today, uber long, uber long, uber long, TEM long, TEM long, TEM long, flex long, flex long, flex long, flex long. That's my new porn word. That's my new porn name. Johnny Flex Long. If you're out there, you should be chuckling right now. Johnny Flex Long? Should that be our safe word? Johnny Flex Long. Safe word. I don't know. What would be my safe word? I don't know. But sorry, I've run out of coffee. I need some more. We got 4 minutes here, man. So I'm thinking and I'm hoping, thinking and hoping and wishing and praying. I hope we rip higher and then we blow the top off and we do the rip and roll 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal to the downside because I'll be looking at the 480 puts for today. Today. Where's Adele? Adele, you ready? So if what I think is going to happen, I think we're going to rally, stop everybody out, maybe even get to 485 on the Qs. Hear me out. And again, you could buy if we do turn here, break the VWAP. I'm not looking to buy. I'm looking to sell the rally. It's just me. But let me just tell you one more thing, right? Forget the Qs for a second, right? The Qs, you had your way with them for the last month and a half. If you just went back to the earnings reversal trade today, you lit the world up. I don't even know what Flex is. It was my best trade. FLEX, TEM, even GPUS, Uber. I mean, I missed 8 trades today, and I'm having a pretty good day. Uber, GPUS, TEM, Flex, UPST, and then, of course, the dreaded A-Lab trade, which was at one point my only loss of the day because I chased it a little bit higher. But then it came back to VWAP and Faux Show Broad and paid me for my time. Booby, are you out there listening? What would be your safe word? That's the theme today. What would be your safe word if you needed a safe word? So anyway, should I make new hats and t-shirts? This is the old logo now. We got a new logo. My new corporate overlords. They cleaned up the website. I look all pretty on the site, right? You guys see the new website? You even know I own you even know I have a website? Hitthebid.com. You guys remember that? Yeah. Oh, look at that handsome devil with my jacket on. The hell was I talking about? Oh, there's the logo. Yeah. Somebody said, your logo kind of seems like those stick figures' penises. I'm like, you know why? Because that's exactly what I was going for. And they said, isn't that kind of childish? I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. Isn't that kind of childish? Yes. That's the whole point. But you'll never forget, right? I designed this logo myself. I'm fancy. It's the last artistic thing I ever did in my life. By the way, these hats are a collector's item also because the new hats are new hats. Well, first of all, the new hat's probably going to have a different logo, but the new hat's going to be more like this. See, this was what it was supposed to look like, but they did black on black with black stitching. And you know what the people at the hat place did? They said, "Sorry for the error. You get to keep the hats for nothing." So, hat guy out there, thank you. I would have paid anyway because they are pretty nice. But hat guy said, "No, it's not exactly what you wanted, so you could have all the hats for free." And I was like, "Really?" And he said, "Yes, but I want a 1 year subscription to your website." And I was like, "But, but that's a lot more than the hats are worth." And he's like, "Oh, I just gave you free hats. I gave you a free suit. It's not a meal. I want to eat at Mendy's." Yeah, but the other hats are going to look like this because I love this hat. I like the black and the white. So this is kind of what I was going for. Anyway, did they announce the interest rates yet? I'm not even paying attention because I don't give a shit. Is a knee-jerk reaction up or down? Did they cut interest rates? I hope they didn't cut interest rates. Son of a bitch. Please don't cut interest rates. I'm sitting here in 100% cash. Anyone? Interest rates? Nothing? Does it come out at 2 o'clock or 2:15? I don't remember anymore. Does it matter? Fed, what do they have to say? You are correct, sir. Fed funds, blah, 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 holds it, blah, 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 blah. Risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation have risen. Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. All right, so now let's see if we could short something. That wasn't a big enough spike. We couldn't even get over 481. Actually, all things considered, what just happened, knee-jerk reaction up and down, 481's a buy first on the Qs. If you're trading the Qs, I don't know if I'm going to participate in the buy side, but I would look to participate in the sell side. But right now, we're just in that first candle. So we're now, this is actually perfect because the first candle was big enough, right? We come outside the candle. You want to buy right now. You're in. You're in. The wizard's in. The wizard's in. All right. You just bought the Qs. All right. Now what? Now, hopefully, this candle closes green and we can get at least 50 cents out of it. Or we're just going to be sitting here in a chop like normally happens. Generally, not in 2 minutes later, but you're breaking the reaction candle high. Oh, and now we're giving it Jerry all back. All right. Here it comes. And can we make it 1 minute? Can we make it a minute? Nope. Can't make it a minute. Oh, wait. We're not there yet. And 12 seconds, 15 seconds for the magic to happen. No magic. That was the opposite of magic. One thing's good. I hope they raise interest rates. I hope they raise them. I hope something happens where they have to raise interest rates. I hope they go up to 12.5%, like 1992. I don't care. I'm not refinancing anything. I'm locked in. This is the most, I got to tell you something. This is the most nothing that's happened in 12 years. No joke. You're doing nothing. Like I got scanners running, freaking scanners. The scanners aren't even moving right now. Wow, talk about nobody caring about anything. That just happened and nobody cared about any of it. That is crazy, which is bullish. Usually when nobody cares about anything, that's still bullish. So I'm assuming we're going to wind up going up. But TEM don't care. That just resumed its course back up. By the way, this is a full-blown earnings reversal. And if you are long the cues, really, I mean, it's just the bottom of this candle is the only danger zone, which is the low of the day, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh no, it just flirted with the lows of the day. I was hoping they were going to rip the market higher so I could short it, but I don't think we're getting that chance. By the way, Steve Leisman, speaking of Steve Leisman on the CNBC, if you guys are around, May 13th in the park, I'll supply the weed. You just bring yourself. Steve Leisman's band is playing in the park from 4:30 to 7:30. Charity event. Riverwalker charity event, Stella Blues Band. Steve Leisman's in a Grateful Dead cover band. If you didn't know it, now you know. Wow, talk about squadouche going on right now. I guess they're just waiting to hear what he has to say, if he has any key phrases, or are we still afraid of the word transitory? Oh, that was a big word for a while. Transitory. What's up? Uh-oh. Oh, man. They're not giving me a chance. No! Stop going down. No! Oh, well. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. I have a trade on. I'm freak. I need some sleep today. It's been a long day. I just realized something. I have QQQ option trades on. I'm stupid. Oh, well, all is well. Holy crap. Did you just see the price that it hit? 178.15. Oh man. Well, there's that. So we just tested the highs. That's the low print from yesterday. We just hit it. So last time we bounced off here. Let's see if we bounce again. But it doesn't look like we're going to bounce. UVXY is over 30. And I'm kind of getting pissed off now because this was the move I was planning on doing with the 480 puts. Oh, Billy. Damn it. Well, oh boy. What do I have? Oh no. For a second I had a mild like, do I still have that trade? Of course I don't. No. I bought three 480s earlier. I thought I actually had one contract left. Sadly, I don't. So you see what just happened on the market right there? You got right under the VWAP and then you rolled over. That's the finger of God. That's the knuckle play. And then it rolls over, breaks the recent lows, and then you get hammered. And usually, again, I know it's Fed day. Usually this move gets worse when you roll over like that. And right now we broke both levels pretty simply. These are the targets I had for the lows today. So now you got to go back to that. Here, go back to that 10-day chart now. See, now we're in there. Now we're in that area where I was hoping we were going to do this yesterday. That bullshit China news last night got in the way. Now we're at the level what we were going to be at yesterday. So here's your 10-day on an hourly, right? And that's where you're going. I mean, that was the whole move. So now you battle. Now that you broke, it's a triple bottom break, right, of that recent low. Now that's basically, if you're short the Qs already, which I hope some of you are, 178.10 is your first stop. And then you got nothing to 17. No, sorry, 4, you know what I'm talking about. 478.12 and 479.45. But, you're taking profits down at that level. And now you're waiting to see if you get more out of it, because the next level that you're looking for is 175, this 176 area, 175.91. Right? And then where I think we're going, maybe today, but sometime either tomorrow or Friday. What's today? Wednesday? Well, considering I'll be out of the office tomorrow at 1 o'clock and probably for the rest of the day, the sell-off will begin at about 1:05 tomorrow. As soon as I leave the office, and I don't like trading on my phone, so that's when the real sell-off will kick in. But if you are short this move, and again, if you were listening to what I was saying, I was really looking forward to shorting it, but I was hoping it would, go a little bit higher so we can get some 480s cheap. You ain't getting nothing cheap now. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Just another reason to short. I think there's no doubt. Not only are we going to test 473.65, which is the 10-day VWAP on the Qs, maybe today, if not tomorrow, but soon. I don't think it's going to hold. And then if you grab 20 days worth of data, which factors in the whole tariff tantrum, we're looking at 554.55 on the Qs. I don't actually think we're going to get there, but I don't have a problem factoring in the breakout price and where we tested. This was last Wednesday. That is where the new bull market really began, when we had the GDP numbers and nobody gave a shit and we rallied. So it's a week later. So if you look at, just 5 days worth of data, right? That's not helping us. That 10 days is really the most significant for now. By the way, UVXY is green, my friends. Nothing good happens when UVXY goes green on Fed Day. Because when you see that? Never. And it just happened. So nothing good happens for long trades when UVXY goes green on Fed Day. Because it happens maybe never. And it just happened. So when something never happens and then it happens, take it under advisement. This market's going to have a hard time probably rallying. And look, that was only one chop. Usually we get choppity choopity choppity chop. I was hoping for some extra chop to the upside, and we didn't get it. Man, I'm still hoping. I'm still hopeful. One more chop. It's only 212. I still think it's going to be sold into. But UVXY over 30, that's alarming. Even at over 29.50 was I was surprised. Usually Fed Day, nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. UVXY crashes, market rallies at the end of the day. I mean, that still could happen. But right now, you're testing those levels. I just, again, I turned from bullish to bearish again. And it's going to be hard for me to switch sides again. I need a little washout. I just need this market to come in, because I think it's a healthy market. Healthy markets will digest 100-point move. 100-point move in the Qs without some consolidation, that's bad market. And I think we're in a good market. And I think we're going to consolidate and inevitably go higher. But we need the consolidation. And all that being said, who cares, right? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Just what are you doing right now, right? If you're short the Qs, you got to stay short, right? That now you could use that one attempt to rally. Look, it didn't get you. The candle was right there at 50. So now you keep your stop at 478. What is that price? 478.61. And then the top of that area right there. Just keep an eye on UVXY. UVXY stays green. That ain't good. It's good for your short. How you doing? I think this is a very unique day. I didn't do any short trades except for the Qs, right? Yeah. Uber, GPUS, TEM, Flex, UPST, it's all long trades. Oh, Billy. All right, tariffs are back on. I need the market to sell off so I could buy the dip again. Hey, listen, if you're short the Qs right now, usually it's not this easy. Usually you get a lot more chop after the Fed, and you're getting zero chop. You had one candle reaction, blow off top, turned out, you know, you came over that candle and that just to roll over and die. So I would try to stay short until you start getting reasons to cover. But not getting you and giving you any reasons to cover. Like zero reasons to cover. So 475.91 is what looking for you on the downside. And the closest cover price, we're right in limbo, 478.61. If we get back to VWAP for some reason on the Qs and fail again, I'm going to have to get aggressive. I'm going to have to get aggressive with you. Speaking of aggressive and changing your aggression mode, I just watched that movie Companion. Yeah. Turned out to be kind of dumb. But it was basically somebody watched the show Westworld and said, hey, we can make a movie loosely based on that. Let's steal that idea. That's exactly what the movie was about. Basically, sex toys come to life. Kind of AI thing. I mean, yeah, it kind of did suck. You were in Westworld? Really? Did you get to meet Thandie Newton? You were in Westworld. You know who Tandy Newton is? Come on. One of the most beautiful women in the whole world. Yes. And now she has there's another woman that looks just like her. That other woman that won all the awards, right? Even her mom thought this was her. Danny Newton. I would vote for her. Top 10 most beautiful women ever made. And then you have the chick who played the queen from V. I can never remember her name. There she is. Anyway, why are we on this topic? You're covering your shorts now, god damn it, right? Son of a... Yeah. All right. Well, if you are short, you just got out. Now, hopefully we can rip and then buy some cheap puts into the clothes. UVXY is back under 30. Deadpool's girlfriend. That's right. She was also in the most frightening movie ever, Greenland, where asteroids were smashing into the earth and we were all freaking out. That movie scared the shit out of me. They're on the run the whole movie. You feel like you're actually on the run. It was pretty scary. What's his name is in it? That handsome devil from the other movie, Law Abiding Citizen. Gerard plays the husband. Mareka, what's her name? Morena? Something? I don't even know her name. Yeah, Cloverfield, when that movie first came out, oh my God. You're running, I mean, you're just sitting in your seat. You feel like you're running around. There's the whole movie filmed on the handheld. Yeah. That movie was great. They're shooting rockets. You feel like you're right next to the army guy. Yeah, it was awesome. Uh-oh. Oh, man. What are we going to do now? I don't think I'm going to do anything, I guess, right? I'm just going to sit here. Oh, you're looking to buy the 180s, 180 calls, are you? Oh. If we hold the bottom, maybe, and turn again. UVXY needs to start falling if we're going to rally. I'll show you another lady while we're waiting for something to happen. The cigarette girl from the movie Aviator. I don't remember her either. Some would say I would have a type. Cigarette girl from Aviator. There she is. You know what her name is? She's actually somebody. She has her own... Oh, no, that's not her. Maybe it is her. I'm not sure. Anyway, great movie. All right, what the hell are we doing here, huh? Huh? What are we doing? You buying the 480 calls, you contrary indicator bastard, you? Yeah. What are you getting them under $1? Oh, I see what you're doing there. I mean, it's already setting up. I don't know. I might just take a snooze. I don't want to ruin all my great trades today. Actually, I still like Uber into the close. Let's see what that's doing. Still red, you know. It's a little downtrend. Uber. Who was the cigarette girl? What's her name? Her cigarette girl from Aviator. I remember she was somebody. Double XYZ. I don't know. Friday. Friday. Let's get through today. Josie Moran. There you go. That biddly bop bop boobity bop bop boobity boop bop bop beep boppity bop bop boobadoop. I don't know. What are we doing? Yeah. She has like a health card or something. All righty then. I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm not in the gambling mood. I don't know. I couldn't tell. We could both be right. Let's buy the 480 puts and the 480 calls, right? We spike up, you sell the 480 calls, load back up on the puts, roll back over, make money on the puts. I don't know, but UVXY is right back into the red. Market's already starting to not care about anything. And here we go. I don't know. What are you guys doing? Hey, what's up? Oh, by the way, what's up, Internet? Look at what I got. Ooh, fancy, right? Hey, by the way, my birthday's in November. If anybody wants to buy me one of those $1,000 silver testers, you think I would own one of those? But for $1,000, maybe one of you guys want to buy it for me. There's got to be a cheaper version, right? I'm watching Mobland. The only thing is, I got to watch it with subtitles. I don't know half the words that come out of that dude's mouth. I mean, he's hard to listen to in the first place. Venom guy, Hardy. I mean, it's all right, but it's kind of boring. It's not that good. All right, so this guy's got the 480 calls already. He's rocking. Look at you. Yeah. UVXY is telling you the coast is clear, right? Little tease there above 30. You know what? I'm going to buy Uber 85s. What do they cost? I think this thing's going to probably be right back to where it came from, which was $89 within a day or so. How much an 85? 85? 85s for 90, but the 84s are 140. It's a better buy. Hey, by the way, speaking of gambling on stocks that won't move or make anybody money, if anybody wants to lose money, I got a trade for you. SRAD reporting earnings on Monday morning at 7 o'clock. So if you feel like gambling, and I know you do, I'm going into the report with options. My track record is 0.0083265%. So since 1997, the trade I'm about to describe has worked once out of 16,000 attempts. So what you're saying is I'm due. Exactly. I'm due. So I'm due for my second win. It's been a long one. I don't even remember the first one. I know I had one somewhere in there. I think it was when the Wizard was buying options into earnings reports when the market was rallying in 2009 or some shit. I don't even know. But SRAD looks awesome. Stock was staying really strong during the bearish attack, and now it's consolidating at upper levels. It actually does look pretty good. They're reporting earnings on Monday. I think they're going to blow out their earnings report, and I think the stock's going to tack on 20%. So 20% would be about $5. 5. So I'm thinking the stock gets to around 28 and inevitably gets into the 30s and goes to 50 and maybe 120. That's just my dream. I don't care. If it gets to 30, I'd be really happy. But the June 25s for SRAD, if you feel like gambling, and I know you do. See those 238 calls that were done at $1 today? That's right. I ain't fucking around. I ain't fucking around. You could probably get them at like 90 cents right now. Let's see if I can buy some more. I'm talking about the SRADs. Oh, question. On my Thinkorswim, I have charts. I have VWAP, but it has 3 lines. The middle one's the same as the other. Those are deviation bands, friend. Deviation bands. Yeah, I used to like deviation bands, and Solid tends to put the deviation band kind of incorporated in what he does. I keep my charts as simple as possible because I trade my own red lines, which is price pivots. I draw my own lines, and then I only have the 1 minute in the multi-day. So what you're seeing is deviation bands, -1, -2. Or sometimes you have 4 lines. You have -1, -2, sorry, -1, -2, and -1. And I'm talking too much. Yeah, they're deviation bands. You want a hat? Oh, I might actually have an auction for the last one. I didn't even know I had hats left. My son, I gave all the hats and t-shirts to my knucklehead kid to give them out to his fraternity friends. I'm sure they just threw them in closets and never even seen the light of day. I figured these kids would wear them and be walking. I don't know. If I could dig some up. But you like this? I was thinking about getting new stuff with the new logo. What I was actually thinking about is doing the hat like this. This is how this was supposed to look, but they kind of messed them up. Or a Grateful Dead logo that says hit the bid. Really confused people. All right. Fucking Solid Jello with the win. Yeah. There you go. He's buying 480 calls. There you go. Right? Look, and here's how to trade, right? So I'm short the Qs, right? And I'm thinking, okay, here they go. And the next thing you know, it becomes a fake out shakeout. And granted, you don't know it's going to be the faux show, bro, until it breaks back over those levels where you're saying, all right, if it breaks here, I'm not going to stay in. There it is. Then it tested from on top. And next thing you know, Solid's talking about buying 480s right here. And now you're feeling pretty lovely, right? 480s were 280. Now they're 380. How you doing? Nice trade. Now again, I'm feeling a little bit more devious, but if we go back up to that 482.50 on the Qs, I might look to short them. So now we're getting some, tradable chop. But you see how the short is short-lived and you're going to die, right? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The mantra of the shorts. Yeah, I'm going to leg in. Yeah, sure. Keep legging in. Does anybody know why we ripped out of the gate last evening? Yeah, I know why, because I was short. Yeah. Once we broke under 480.50, I'm sitting there going, all right, here we go. They screwed me during the regular session. But you know what happened? Trump said they were going to do some dumb shit, blah, 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 China. And the market reacted the way it did on China tariff news. Are you kidding me? That's why I'm super, super bearish. Or I was super bearish coming in today because I thought that move had to be corrected because that's some bullshit right there. Ripping 8 points on tariff news? That's old news. But now you got yourself a faux show, bro, on Fed Day. You know what you don't want to be? On the wrong side of that trade, right? And you're seeing if you're biased to the, again, I'm biased to the short side today, and I'm probably not even going to I'm not probably going to do this, but if I'm right and we go to 183.50 and roll over, yeah, maybe. But staying biased to the bull side, right? And just waiting for your confirmation, that's how you stay out of the faux show, bro. See, I know enough that I know, all right, shorting is short lived and I'm going to die. That's why the faux show, bro, is so important to me because I know I'm not going to be on the wrong side of this thing. I'm not going to be on the wrong side of a faux show, bro. It's our livelihood to be on the right side of this trade. That's why it feels so right. You know, you're short and like, all right, we're rolling over, and then it breaks a new low, and then it comes right back. You got to say, oh no, am I about to be faux showed? You don't know. You're going to get broed until you back over the fake out, shake out, breakout part, right? And you see how that's why you got to draw some lines for yourself. You don't want to be on the other side of the faux show, bro. So now you got a faux show. This is not even the bro part. The bro part's when you break the VWAP and rip 7 points into the freaking close. Granted, I don't think that's happening today, but that's what usually happens. Because the shorters who just got short, who don't know to quickly get out, they're still short. They're probably shorting some more up here, hoping it doesn't break here. So if it does break, now they've reloaded. The longs who got stopped out are all pissed. They want back in. And that's why this trade continues to work, because it's a very visceral moment. And you got algorithmic trading. And then if that faux show happens under VWAP and you break VWAP, that's where the break starts. That's when it starts to get accelerated. You know, if you're long already, you're already in the money here. Because you got, you know, and again, the savvier, is that even a word? The more savvy you get, you'll be short like I was, see the faux show, oh no, cover, go long. Then you're savvy as shit right there. Then you're the savviest. That's when you start getting tattoos on your lower back that says savvy. That's right. I got a lower back tattoo. What? You got a problem with that? I also have a tattoo on my ass also. What? It says, if you can read this, I hope you're a doctor. And on the other cheek, it says, if you could read this, I must be in prison. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your bartender. All right. How you doing? Hey, Fredo, what's going on over here? Hey, Fredo, you still got that TEM? Hey, all right. What's going to happen when we break VWAP on the Qs, Kenny? What's going to happen? All hell's going to break loose. Weren't you just short the Qs? I certainly was. I'm not short anymore now, fella. You see, that's trading, buddy. You see the money, you take the money, especially if you're shorting, because haven't you heard? Shorting's short-lived, and you're going to die. Right? Solid Jello comes here. He says, now, hold your horses. You're buying Qs now. QQQ calls, he said. 480s. Now you're loving them, right? And now what do you do here? If Dave was here, what would you be doing, Dave? You're selling, right? So when you get the VWAP retracement from underneath the VWAP, what do you do there? You sell. Because what happens when you retrace to the VWAP? They're waiting for you up there. The algorithmic sellers. You see that red candle? You think that's a coincidence, Dave? There are no coincidences in trading. It's all rigged, right? So now you're a seller, right? But you don't freak out unless this candle breaks back below where it came from, Dave. And that would be the 49.45, right? There you go. So now you're long the Qs. Guy in the back's all confused. But wait a second. Didn't you say you were bearish and you're shorting the Q? Yeah, that was 20 minutes ago, buddy. We're living in the now, baby. We're living in the now. Seriously. You know, Dave. They're coming for your long trade. Now we're getting some aggressive chop. You see how it went right to that price? Do you know why it went right to that price, Dave? Because that's where people are placing their stops. But you're smart enough to put your stop right underneath. Look at that. That was a stop hunting candle. But where'd it go? 49.58. Your stop's at 49.48. Ha ha! Ha ha! They couldn't find you. See that? There you go. That's proper usage of the word savvy. Right. Savvy. You're all savvy now. My wife says, "Oh, she's kind of funny." Oh, you funny too. Oh, now you funny too. What song is that? Come on, Dave. Something about bourbon and scotch. Was looking for a place to crash. Come on, Dave. What are you even doing here? Don't you have a real job? Lunch break? Where are you working? Hawaii? What time is it? Sound like my grandmother. What time is it there? Grandma, I'm going to tell you this one more time. We're both on the East Coast. All right. So what time is it up there in New York? No, it's the same time every time we speak. Whatever time it is in your house, it's at my house. Oh. You know, Dave, we were so poor as a family, we would never call my grandmother until it was 11 o'clock, after 11, because the rates would come down on the long distance phone calls. And I was too young to be up at 11 o'clock. I didn't even know I had a grandma for 2 years. Next thing you know, they lowered rates on the phones. Grandma's alive. You can call her at 8 p.m. now. Oh my God, I thought she was dead. I didn't even know. It's a true story. How long it how long I had to talk to my grandmother on the cell phone. I'd call her in the middle of the day. She'd be freaking out. What? Oh my God. This must be costing you a lot. Actually, grandma, it's just part of the monthly rate now. We got these things where you can make as many phone calls as you want, anytime you want. Actually, when cell phones first came along, they actually did lower the rates at night too, but I don't want to get crazy with my grandma trying to explain that. What time is it there? Here we go. You see that? Now, if you're thinking about buying the cues, yes. Yes, you are. Because they just stopped these people out, right? And now you're feeling a little bit more lovely. You're jiggling and shuffling. They already went for the stop hunter, right? So now, if you're still buying the cues up here, now you can look at these levels as a hard stop. Because if they break that triple bottom now, especially after them attacking it the way they did, you know you got to get out. So right now, it's whether or not, you know, we break right here. But the risk now is completely identified. If you're wrong, you're out at that bottom of that candle. So now it's, the 58, the 48. But I think we're going to get a big green candle up right now. So stick with it, Holmes. Stick with it. UVXY is getting smoked right now. Just drop the dollar. That's what you want to see. Usually now we're getting into that typical Fed. You had your up move, you had your down move. Here's your up move. You consolidate up here. UVXY falls. Chances are we're going to rally into the close. Chances are. You think rug pull first? All right. Well, I mean, it's still battling right here. Yeah. What time is it? 2:43. Is he still talking about stuff? Well, again, a rug pull at this point would be to break 79.58. Maybe they get you 79.58. I don't know, man. UVXY saying rug pull is becoming less likely. It looks like consolidation rally. But you know what? It doesn't matter to me because I'm not in anything right now. And if I was, you know, covered by short because I had to, didn't join the winning team. And we'll see. I might have to join the winning team. If they do We get those two candles down to wipe all those new stops out, and then it turns again. I might have to participate in a long trade. Guy in the back, I know I'm confusing you now, right? Wait a minute. Are we short or are we going long? Nothing right now. I'm not in anything. The trades have happened. We're just waiting for the market to tell us what to do next. It's just a little waiting. It's only 2:44. Here's the thing, guy. You don't have to do anything. You know how many great trades we did today? Yeah, you were in the UPST with me. What are you looking at? Right? How about that A lab, right? After I told you, there was that faux show bro, right? Anybody get back into the A lab? You had 2 more times, 3 more times now, right? 67.50, boom, 67.50, boof, 67.50, bang. Kind of like that Microsoft trade that day. How about TEM? You're thrilled that I sold this one, $55. And then what happened? You got a faux and a show, and next thing you know, you're at new highs. As much as I want to be bearish, it's becoming very hard to be bearish. It really is. But, it keeps me focused. What are you buying now? The 84s for 50, that's too much. It's too much. 84s for 20, yeah. 84s for a dime, maybe. I don't know. 84s. 84s. What did I just buy? What did I just do? Oh, I just bought some SRAD. How you doing? Who's trading my account? It's really encouraging seeing no bid on this thing. I'm going to put a bid in there. Just put a bid in. 60. To buy. That would have been great. 60. If you want to sell them to me at 60, I'll buy them. Do. Baba Booey. There you go. Let's see if anybody wants to sell them to me at 80. I'll buy them at 80. How about 85? 2 at 85. All right, what are you doing here? I want to join you. You seem to be getting stuff right. All right, look. The battle has been lost, and now we're back into limbo, right? QQQ reject. No, they didn't get you yet, but you got rejected. That's 1, 2, 3 different times. And if you tighten your stop up, they're coming for you. 49.58, 49, right here. So you're planning to buy the dip with some 80. What are you looking at? 84s for 20? 84s or 22? Nay. There you go. Well, you're one tariff away from being wrong. Well, that would have been me getting out of whatever the hell I had left if I had any to begin with. All right. So that, my friend, is a faux show mini bro. You got reversion to the VWAP. That's classic. And by the way, if you're new to this VWAP thing, right? This is supposed to be one of those moments where you go, holy shit, this is some accurate stuff. You see, the blue line was drawn. And once you get the faux show bro and you start to accelerate, your goal is to revert to the VWAP. So now here's the lesson for Dave. Dave would have been buying the Qs finally right here. He'd been top ticking like a maniac. See, that's why you want to buy before. If you're gonna have belief in a move that's gonna be up, look for the faux show and start buying into the back above the show part. So by the time it gets to the VWAP, you're profitable. So you're a seller at VWAP. and then you're putting stops at levels like what I was just describing. And now the buyer at the VWAP just got screwed, which was you yesterday, because you got to see these trades a little bit better. See, reversion becomes the jiggles in the shuffle. The battle has been lost. The levels get broken to the downside. That's why you're always selling. You're always doing something at VWAP. You don't want to wait for the VWAP break, especially when it's made all that hard work to get there. Remember, that's the reversion. Then now there he is. That's solid buy-in because he got the stop hunter program right to the same price. Now he's in, right? I don't know if you bought. I wouldn't be buying 84s, but look at where it went. You see, because now you got to understand we're in the chop, so you have to expect the chop. VWAP rejection rolls over. There's the one stop. They went for the next one. They get stopped out. There's the stop hunter right through it. Then it comes back. So even in this one candle, that's a fake out, shake out move. So if you were, again, if you're this nimble and he was looking to buy puts or calls, he's buying them here, and then it gets back to that upper range. So he actually had it's a decent move. That's $1.20 on the Qs in one candle. Well, I'm not in anything now. I'm just staying biased to my short right now. So that I should have just shorted on that confirmation. But if we rally and roll, then I'm gonna do something. But I'm pretty content. Most of my trades worked today. I only had one loss, and I made up for that later. But I'll tell you something more important. Today's lows. Now that we broke 78.20, made a new low, and still came back. If we close above 78.20, today's that price will still be important. And then today's lows, I still think we're gonna, be down at 474. Maybe today. Wow. I'm not getting bullish until we're breaking today's highs and staying above them. Yeah. Chaparooski. That's a good Halloween present. Chaparooski. Who's coming out tonight? That was a great list of stocks last night, man. That was good times. Earnings. Remember how we used to all love AMD? It's like I don't even trade it anymore. Oh no! Carvana's reporting. Carvana. McLovin's reporting. ARM. Bros. Ion Q. Oh man, this is a big night. Put my root down. I got my root down. Root's reporting. That stock's due to fall 92%. When is that going to go down? That stock's been levitating for way too long. So no, so yes is coming out. Oh, speaking of cute brunettes, Honest Company is coming out with earnings. Howard Hughes, look at that. Howard Hughes and the Honest Company. Do you know the connection there? Probably not. But the Honest Company, that's Jessica Alba's attempt into the stock market. And Triple H, Howard Hughes. Oh, Groupon. I thought they reported a couple of weeks ago. Weren't we looking to short that thing? Or was that 3 months ago already? Time flies. Groupon. Snail dick. Seriously? Oh my God! Remember Joby? What happened to those stocks? How about where's the Jobies? Wasn't there like 4 of those Joby, Archer, like flying contraption machine companies? Wasn't like PRZO? When are those going to come back? UMAX still $5. Mob is under 2. I don't know. RR still $2. Wow. RCAT, Joby, right? RCAT was one of those. What about Arch? Wasn't there Arch? Something or other? Oh, you bullish bastards. Look at you getting paid on that dip. Did you buy? Now you're up nice. See, you could have got the 43s, I think, on that pullback for 20 cents. What'd you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you do? 483s. Oh, they went to 23. But you bullish bastard, you're getting paid now, right? Whatever you bought. You get the 484s for under 20? Because now you're getting paid. There you go. Now it's 100%. See, you bull bastards, you always seem to getting paid. You bull market never dies. Cobra Kai never dies either. You know that show came back? Cobra Kai. Did anybody buy the 483s for under 20 cents with the Mr. Jello over here? Because now you should sell some. 48. They're buying them at 48 now. 55 sold. 60 sold. Who's doing this? Oh, Billy. This is why we keep this guy around. The 484s for 20. Could have got him for 18. Who just sold? He just sold at 48, 55, and 60. Look out. Wow. See why I preferred the 483s a little bit more? That's a 5-bagger right there if you caught some. No, let's say 400%. Oh, man. You could take your bearishness and shove it, right? This market just does not want to go down. I mean, I'm thinking that I'm going to have to just give up on the idea of us pulling back. We keep consolidating at these higher levels, man. Are we really going to go to all-time highs on the Qs this year? I mean, it's so crazy. Well, I don't know, but if you bought those options, man, selling the first half for 100% gain, and then you got house money, you're still in, right? I would, put the 35 cents as the out on the rest. I mean, again, at 3 o'clock, these are going to start even disintegrating at a quicker rate if you don't start going up some more. Very nice. Anybody in TEM still? Yeah. Yeah, you like that one. Well, there you go. That's why we keep the algo guy around. See? Takes the thought process right out of the game. Hourly VWAPs, your mom's VWAP. Your mom's VWAP is pretty impressive. That's what she said. What? I think I'll just keep this shorting to myself. But you see why you never want to be on the other side of a faux show, Mo, right? So since that moment, right, even though we got that pullback, which Solid was saying to buy on that pullback as they stop hunted the last of the Mohegans right there, even give you one more shot at it. Now you sell into the move. Now if you consolidate, if you can just stop with the chop and consolidate here, the Bears will have no choice but to cover into the close. So you got a new battle raging now. And if you're long and you sold half, you're sitting pretty. Wow. Well done, homie. Slow golf clap for you. You know what we need right now? That sweaty, oily guy who played saxophone in the Lost Boys. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking. I just happened to be turning on. I was on flipping through channels of the day, and that scene was on. That's what we need more of: saxophone solos in movies. Right? Bring back the saxophone solo, like the '80s. Right? Still the best generation ever. Right? You want to make America great again? 1982 to 2000, the greatest 18 years this country's ever seen. We may never see those years again. Some say we shouldn't. I say bring them back. Where songs about movies were the number one songs in the nation. Where a saxophone solo was standard in music. Oh, you want a hit song? Well, you better have a saxophone solo. You guys from the 80s know what I'm talking about. I like when I'm overtired and delirious like this. Everything's funny to me. It was peak USA, right? 82 to 2000, where Y2K was our biggest fear. And then the whole freaking world changed, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. And on that note, I'm out of here. I'm going to take a nap. I got to pick up my kid and wife from the airport. Who the hell knows what time they're going to get in? Newark, delays. I'll probably be doing this at 4 o'clock in the morning. All right. Farewell. Nice call by the on the QQQ calls there, friendo. And if you guys are seriously thinking about helping my support, my one stock that I own now, other than small Palantir, SRAD, Sports Radar. Their industry is data analytics in the sports gambling arena, and it's a arena that's only getting bigger in an industry that's growing exponentially each year. SRAD, the June $25 calls for $1. Be a part about. Be don't just think about it. Be about it. I don't know. Hope it works. See ya.